The following podcast is a collection of creatives posing interesting perspectives and opinions on branding, marketing, business, and everything in between. The views expressed on this podcast do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of its guests, hosts, or production team. The names, circumstances, and situations discussed are about 98% fictitious, with the primary intent to protect the guilty. Well, this podcast is designed to educate, inform, enlighten, and if you're entertained in the process, we did our job.
Ladies, when you were a child and your mother told you to, don't let that boy, you better protect your, you know what I mean? And your daddy would tell you, hey, don't you, that boy only want one thing, don't you? Listen, today's episode of Making the Brand Podcast, we are talking about protecting your P. Good morning, good evening. Good.
That's got to be a segue or something.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world today. I want to welcome you to the Making the Brand Podcast. My name is Jarvis Rutherford.
And I am Kristen.
I got to get used to this new, so we got to change your lower third that goes on the screen when you to Chris 10.
And it's a play off of my name.
Okay, how do I spell it?
Kris 10.
10.
My real name is Kristen.
Okay, Kristen. Okay, I like it.
That's
okay,
it. That's
cool. So listen, what you got going on? Hold on, before we get to what you got going on, when you were a little girl, your mama told you, your daddy told you, don't get, what was the nickname that your parents gave your private?
Poo-poo.
Poo-poo. Don't let that boy get your poo-poo.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm so embarrassed to say that. I don't even know.
Don't get that boy your poo-poo.
Don't give him your poo-poo.
I taught my daughter the pocketbook.
Really?
Don't let that boy in your pocketbook.
Well, that makes sense because you have to open it.
Don't let that boy in your pocketbook. That boy only wants your pocketbook. Get that boy out your pocketbook.
All right, that makes sense.
Boys only want one thing in your pocketbook. We're gonna talk about that on today's podcast, but before we get into it, right? Talk to me. What you got going on?
I like to. I'm in this season of moving in silence. So there was a time in my life where I just exposed everything I was doing, right? And sometimes we expose things that we're doing to the wrong people.
Absolutely.
Right? And I just believe energy is everything. Intentions are everything. I believe when you are silent and you just seek God, he gives you clear intentions, because the moment you started telling people about what you're doing, they tell you what they feel like you should do or what they did or what somebody else they did it. So here, all of these outside influences. But I can say this, we were talking before and we were talking about,
hold on, what were we talking about? Because we had some really deep
now
conversations.
the conversation before, and I don't know if we're going to release that on the membership panel. We'll talk about that. But that was intent. Patreon. That. But right. You only get it with
pay for it.
Yeah, if you pay for that. Right. But we talked about, just laying it out like, Lord, I've done this, I've tried this. Here's where I am in this part of my career. Where would you like for me to go, and how it came to me? So I have an agency.
Nice. What's the name of it?
Clients.
What's the name of it?
It is Christian Enterprise.
I love it.
It everything plays off of the name. The name also goes into another sector, but we'll talk about it. Okay. But I know you hate names that have people's.
That's your thing, man. I like it.
No. It's the enterprise, but it is service based.
Okay. Right.
So this is not something I set out to do. It was something that just happened to be something that was successful because of my relational equity. The time that I had put into the field, the time that I had put into everything that I tried before, that now kind of
came full circle.
And so it
that's
works
when it makes
together.
sense.
Yeah, that's when it makes sense.
That's when it makes sense. That's when it makes sense when your name has meaning in the field. When it has meaning in the market, it's okay to.
And you can leverage that for others, right?
Agreed.
It's seeing your thumbprint even if you aren't present.
Right.
Seeing that, I will tell you, anytime I see a success with either of my clients, I don't know, it's just like this different level of pride that
Absolutely.
you have when you
Absolutely.
see your fruit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I challenge anybody, if your purpose or what you're doing does not bleed or filter or grow some type of fruit that you could see and enjoy, you're not living life.
True. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And that's why
Yeah.
your business has to bear that type of fruit.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the last episode, self-serving. Businesses that are self-serving, only serving self, not helping anybody else. I love it when I see my clients come back and say, hey, Jarvis, I took that advice you gave and I took the strategy that you gave, I implemented it, and I just $20,000 increase. I hate this person. I never thought I could say. I'm like, that's your money. You paid me a fraction of that. You know what I'm saying? But I love seeing them go off and win with the strategies and the tips and the things that we gave them. So I'm with you on that.
But isn't that the God strategy though?
That's it.
That
God's
is why that gives us life.
Absolutely.
It's the way that we are structured to be.
Right.
That is the fruit. So so moving in silence, moving in God, and seeing success and experiencing those different emotions and that different type of success in others
Right.
is where I'm at.
Absolutely. I love it.
And I can say I was inspired by you. A lot of it. Simply because of what you said. You have this great impact on people who connect with you. And I think even the reason I'm here is because of the impact you had on my life. Like I literally met you for the first time at a basketball game and the trajectory of my life shifted.
Wow.
That is impact, right?
Wow.
And so I know if that happened to me, everybody that you connect with will feel the same way. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Good people attract good people. And we get some riffraff in the meantime, in between time. But, when I met you at that game, your talent she's talented. She's gifted. Tony, who is that? Who is that? Oh, that's Kristen. Shout out to Tony. Yeah, it's Kristen. And so, yeah, man, everything that this journey has been amazing, and I'm so happy to just see you grow and blossom in the ways that you've grown and blossomed. Like, you killing it, and it's good to see.
And thank you. And likewise, you still killing it.
Thank you.
Levels and levels. It never stops. What's going on with you?
Nothing, man. Working, just leveling up, continuing to grow, continuing to learn, to continue. It's such a process. I'm just happy, man. We, like I said, next couple of weeks we're doing a lot of traveling. We're gonna be gone for a good bit of the month, so we probably need to record a whole bunch of episodes today. That's probably why we dressed the same as the last episode. But yeah, so we just gotta get the content out, get it done. But just staying active, staying busy. That's it. That's it. I watch a lot of Kobe. Kobe is my cheat code. Like, when I feel like I'm tired, I go watch it. This dude dead, and he's still like impactful. And he talks about how just outworking your opponent, outworking your competition. He said you can't get good only going to the gym twice a week. Like, I spend 8 to 12 hours a day in the gym, and I know my competitors aren't. I know they aren't. I'll shoot the same shot 1,000 times. I know. So in the game, the games are easy because of the way that I train. So that's how I try to. The shoots are easy compared to the way that I train. The doing the work, learning the strategies, that's easy. Implementing them with my clients is easy. Learning them is hard. Learning them in a way that I can teach and to be digestible for them, that's the hard part. And just trying to stay ahead of the curve with, my competitors.
That's deep.
Just trying to work, man. Just trying to get it in.
So real. Absolutely.
Trying to get it in. Not trying. We're getting it.
We're getting it in.
We're getting it in.
Making progress. But I can see you in as big of an impact that you make. You still have this humility. It's like you're very confident in what you can do, but humbled in that that this gift was given to you by God.
It ain't mine.
Yeah.
You told me I would be doing this 15 years ago. You're out your mind. You're out of your mind. I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm joking. I'm joking.
What's your rap name?
I'm joking. I was going, I don't know what 15 years ago, I was trying to be a newscaster.
Really?
Yeah. I was trying to be a newscaster.
Really?
I went to school for mass communication with the intent to become a newscaster.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about newscasters. They do everything solo now.
Yep.
The editing, the shooting, picking the stories, it is intense. So were you there when that shift was taking place?
Yeah, they called it a one-man band.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just learned about that. That is wild.
Now the seasoned newscasters don't have to do that.
Gotcha.
But like the newbies, when they come in, you got a one-man band for a few years, and you got to find dope stories, and you gotta find your work. You got to shoot your work, you got to edit your work, and then you got to package your work and send it to the station. And if they like it, they'll play it. If not, they'll find another story.
Wow.
And so those that make it to the desk finally have one-man band so long. You know what I'm saying? They've done it for so long. So now you'll get somebody else to find your stories. You know what I'm saying?
I have one guy that I know, he has a drone. So when he actually just goes out at 3:00, he sits in rush hour traffic, afternoon traffic, just to wait for a story to kick off. And then he flies the drone from his car down the highways to look for the story, and he sells them.
Wow.
He last one, I think, when the bridge caught on fire in Atlanta, he made 10 stacks just from doing that, just from the content.
Wow.
Yeah, straight up good hustle.
I'm finna get my drone out there.
So people, if you have drones, put them out there. If you catch the story or the footage, the news stations, they want to be the only one that gets it. But if it's exclusive, they'll pay you top dollar for that stuff.
Wow.
But he also partnered with a news anchor.
Okay.
And she pays top dollars for his stuff too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy. A whole nother, I didn't even know that existed, but that's how they get the news footage.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
You got a drone?
I do.
Amen.
I do. I love it too. It's so therapeutic. But anywho, pocketbook. We talking about your pocketbook. We talking about your P today.
Yes.
Let me get my P together. Let me get my posture right.
You got to protect the P.
So we're talking about your P, man. We're talking about the consultation process, right? Doing business in entrepreneurship, and hopefully we've all done it at some point. The consultation process is probably the most important process of the entire experience.
Yeah.
That is going to be the determining factor if this person decides to do business with you or not, how this consultation goes, right?
And if you decide to do business with this person.
Right. If I decide to do business with you as well. So, right. Yeah. So the consultation, in the big picture, it's a meeting of the minds. But for me, my consultation is for if I'm deciding to do business with you or not. I teach my people, our clients don't pick us, we pick them. You know what I'm saying?
That's a different perspective.
It's a whole nother shift in mindset for entrepreneurship. Our clients don't choose us, we choose them. We attract them, and then if we like what we got, we'll go forward with them. But if not, then we have to keep going. But
that's the one thing about that type of mindset. You can't have that type of approach with a broke mindset.
Oh, no, you can't. Can't be broke at all.
You can't be broke on either end for certain types of consultations.
Right, absolutely.
Right?
Right.
So I know you mentioned before that we were talking about things that broke people say, right?
Right. So, and it all ties into protecting your P, right? So in the consultation process, when we're talking about protecting the P, and when we say P, the P is your price. Protecting your price. And so people are like, well, why would I protect my price? Why would I do that? There are people out here that only they price shop. We don't do business. When people tell me, I say, hey, when are you looking to get started, or are you just shopping around? And they tell me they shopping around. I say, oh, what are you shopping for? You shopping for the best price, or you shopping for the best product? And then they say both. Conversation dead.
Conversation is
dead.
dead.
Hey, yeah, man, let me refer you to my homeboy, because there's no such thing as the best price and the best product. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing. So a lot of the times when people they grill me about this, but if the first question someone asks you in a consultation is, how much does this cost? And they've never specified what this is. They haven't specified any details surrounding what this comes with. They just say, how much is this?
I think
they're broke.
You think everybody that asks that question, hey, so how much are your photo shoots? Hey, so how much is your branding package? Hey.
If the
How much
first
is this car?
if the first question you ask is how much does it cost, you can't afford what you're shopping for.
And based on what you're saying they're asking that question because they haven't considered the value.
They have not considered the value, right?
Ultimately,
They haven't considered they're shopping primarily off what's in their pocket.
that is true. So rephrase that question, right?
Okay.
That's the wrong question. So would the right question be, how much can I get for this price?
So if you are price shopping
Okay.
and you have a healthy budget, or you ain't gotta be healthy, you got a budget. Be honest and be upfront. Hey, I got $12,000. What can I do with this? Hey, I got $5,000. What can I do? Hey, I got $200. What can I? So now we're having an open dialogue, and I'm okay. And at this point, I don't have to protect my price because you're not protecting yours. You're not protecting your budget.
So, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
We don't need poker faces here.
Like, we don't have to play poker face game.
Gotcha.
But you're not. The first question you ask me is not going to be how much is a branded package.
That's true.
You're not going to ask me that, and the reason why is because what goes into a branded package? You didn't ask that.
Right.
You didn't ask, what do I get in this branded package? You didn't ask that. You didn't ask you don't ask how long is it going to take? What's the turnaround time? How many different outfits does a photo shoot come with it? Is it just strategy? But you don't ask those questions. You just ask, how much is it? And then I tell people that there's no such thing as this costs too much. The reality of it is it never costs too much, but the cost exceeds the value that you have for it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I went for a makeup artist, and makeup artist said she's $300. She doesn't cost too much. She just exceeds the value that I have placed on what a makeup artist should cost. Make sense?
That makes sense. I know makeup artists who charge $300, and based on the brush and who's holding it.
I just don't value the service to be
Gotcha.
$300. I'll find someone else.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get you.
Like, but I have to be honest. Like, I'm honest with them. Like, I'm not paying $300 for makeup. It got to be a bomb ass makeup job, and you probably got to be there all day for $300. I'll pay $300 if you're gonna stay all day with this client, and we got 10 looks to do, and you're changing eyes and makeups and lips the whole time. But that's just the value that now I think makeup is important.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's $300 important.
So I guess when people are shopping out of their pockets, they sound a certain kind of way. Now, we talked before now. I'm going to bring this out.
Okay.
You said when they start with this question, how do you respond?
I don't answer it. So when a client says, so jump in my inbox, how much is a photo shoot?
Crazy.
I don't even respond. Right. And if I do, if I determine, I look at it, I go and judge. I go
into your page.
I go to their page. I judge.
You.
I look at the content. And I'm judging. And if I determine that, this person, we just need to do a little work, I'm like, well, how much does what cost? And I say, a photo shoot. Oh, well, when are you looking to shoot? I'm immediately getting them to be committal.
Got it.
When are you looking to shoot?
So it's psychological.
Absolutely. It's a game. When are you looking to shoot? Sometime, between it'll be January, right? And they'll be like, sometimes in April, May, we're done.
Done talking?
We're done because
do you stop responding, or do you end that? How do you end do you just simply stop responding to these people?
That's rude. I just be like, reach back out in April.
Yeah.
Our prices vary. Just reach out in April. Who knows what special we'll be running?
See, that's the thing. And people really want to shop with their pockets. They really want that answer now. It could be a follow-up question, because you could be, just give them your highest rate. The next question is going to be, do you have payment plans?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that too. Get that too. And we do offer payment plans. Okay. I recommend that all business owners have Afterpay, Sezzle, Affirm.
What does that do for the business owner? Because we talked about this before. I think that is amazing.
Right. So in the past, I would do a payment plan. I'm going to tell you what happened. I do a payment plan with a client. Things will always happen. Life will always life. Right? So we got a 6-week project, payment due every 2 weeks. You make the first payment on time. Something happens, you give me a partial payment for week on for the next payment. Something else happens, by the end of the 6 weeks, I'm not paid in full. However, all the work is done.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're looking like, okay, where the rest of the money? I'm not releasing this stuff until the money's paid. And so now I got to wait another 6 months before I get the money.
But the stuff is already done.
But the stuff is already done.
It does you no good because all you're doing is holding on to something.
Absolutely.
No benefit.
Absolutely. And I was getting burned. burned. So I stopped doing payment plans.
So Afterpay does what?
So when you bring in Afterpay, y'all need to be paying me for this. Afterpay.
Get us out because I love it.
Y'all need to be paying me for this. But Afterpay, Sezzle, and Affirm will, so let's just say the ticket is $5,000 for the branding package, right? So you go to Afterpay, let's say you qualified. They only work with creditworthy people. Mm-hmm. And when I say creditworthy, I'm not talking 600-700. You could have a 580, 590, 600 with a good credit history, mm-hmm. and you'll get approved. And what it does is Affirm will pay you. So you're the business owner. I'm the client. I pay Affirm. Affirm might want, the package is $5,000. Affirm might want $400 to get started. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to pay you $400 for the next 12 months. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pay Affirm $1,200 for the next 12 months. Affirm is going to give you the entire $5,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all hear this?
Afterpay.
Are y'all getting this? Yeah. Business owners, Affirm.
Yeah. Affirm, Afterpay, Sezzle. It's more out there. Klarna,
mm-hmm.
ShopPay.
Klarna, yes.
ShopPay. All of these people are going to give you your money up front. Now
PayPal does it too. I don't really fool with PayPal like that,
either.
But they have a system.
Yeah, I don't fool with PayPal.
Yeah,
PayPal credit, I don't fool with PayPal. But and the beautiful part of it is, as a business owner, let's just say that client defaults on their payment. That has nothing to do with you as a business owner.
That's on them and their credit.
That's on them and their credit. And you still have to. You'll never know if they defaulted on their payment, because Afterpay not gonna call you and be like, "Hey, this person."
That's a win.
Yeah.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. So, so in the past, no, I didn't offer payment plans, but now I do, but it's only to people who have a good, I don't have to worry about life happening.
Yeah.
And not that it's a bad thing, because life happens to me too. But we have to protect our P's.
You got to protect your P.
You got to protect your P.
But even in protecting your P, there are systems set up for the people who don't have it.
True.
Right? As a business owner, you're going to run into people who don't have it. Because life happens.
That's the nature of the business.
That's the nature of the business. But for a business owner, there are systems that are set up in place that can protect you against that. Absolutely. So even as you're protecting your P, you're not just protecting your P against people. You're protecting your P for your business overall, which is partnerships with those types of companies that will secure your funding. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely a gem.
Absolutely.
And I'm taking.
It's yours.
I didn't even recognize Klarna. Klarna is going to be a good one too.
You could definitely use it for your agency.
Yeah.
You can definitely, and then we'll talk about some other ways, some other things that you can do to get subscription based, so that they pay pay your retainer monthly. So you don't have to take everything up front, they pay your we'll talk about that too.
And then when you have those retainers too, we were talking about on another episode about just putting in the time and the work. Retainers require results.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You're retaining me for getting you certain results within those months. You're going to have to keep your word. So I think that the retainers are only going to be successful for the people who produce.
Absolutely.
Period. So
Absolutely.
I'm with it. So so you said something before. Mm-hmm. And when you say something that broke people say, right, you got to keep in mind, nobody's going to come to you saying, hey, I'm broke. I'm broke. Right. And so for business owners, it's important to know how to recognize these broke people based on the conversation they say.
Broke people have a language. It's like they have a language.
It's a hidden code.
Yeah, it's a hidden language. So when they ask you, I'll tell you, they ask you about the price.
Okay.
They'll say things like, do you have a price list? Like, what you need a price list for?
A la carte.
What you need a price list for? You got a price list? No, I don't. And I tell everybody, take your prices off your website. Take your pricing. Why? Because you have to protect your P. Because people will do business with you based off. Now, have I ever taken a broke person and converted them and sold them? Absolutely.
Okay.
I have. But it's if you if you're dealing with price shoppers will just go to your website and they're only shopping for the price. So if you don't fit into their value in their pocket, they're going to go elsewhere.
And here's the kicker. They will shop out of their pocket and still expect high value expectations. And that's where you get the headache. And you're just like, you just paid $200 for a 90-minute shoot.
Right.
Ma'am, what are you expecting
Right.
for that?
Right.
No, I need this. And do you provide makeup? Do you provide? Whoa, for $200?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think that's a part of broke people conversation.
Very
That
much so.
language there, you want everything for nothing. This
Very
is
much so.
not. Who has the $4 menu now? What is that? Wendy's?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
absolutely not. You know what else? You know what else broke? It's language, but it's not even a word they use. It's an emoji. Broke people use an emoji.
What is it?
It's breaking news.
What is it?
So broke folks will, so let's just say they get, hey, how much does this cost? How much does what cost? How much, well, what are you looking for? After we get past that, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you finally give them the price.
The thumbs
The
up.
thumb. That's a broke folk emoji. Like when it comes after the price, they don't say, "Oh, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that right now. Hey, give me a couple weeks." They don't say that. They just thumbs up. That's know the deal is done. Then.
Can we please put that up?
Ain't nobody
That thumbs up
absolutely.
emoji.
The thumbs up emoji is it's the blue one on Facebook. That's
It's
the
the
worst.
blue one.
And then when you hold it, it gets bigger. So it's the big one. The big thumb. Only broke folk use it.
That means I'm doing nothing with you.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. I can't tell you I can't afford it, and I'm not going to tell you it's too much.
That's worse than ghosting.
It is.
That's giving me that. I'm probably blocking you.
No lie. I give the thumbs up as an insult.
Yeah.
No lie.
You give me the. Yeah. we're
Not
done.
for that, but in a text message, if you're saying something, you're trying to get
We're
thumbs
done.
up.
We're done.
We're done.
If you thumbs up me by mistake, I'm like, hey, what's that? What do you mean by that? What's this? And they're like, bro, it's a mistake. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's
Don't
just clear it
thumbs up
up.
me.
Don't thumbs up me. If you ever, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You give them the price, you give them the layout of everything they're going to get, and that's all they give you.
That
the
thumbs
deal
up
is
is
done.
disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
I get
very disrespectful. Broke people love to use it.
And church folks love to use the prayer hands.
Yep. Church. Listen, I love God. Church folk is some of the brokest folk. Church folk is some of the brokest folk.
I know some very wealthy church people.
I know some wealthy church folk too.
That is not what I am saying here.
That's not.
I'm not
listen,
saying that.
Listen, church folk want the church folk discount.
They do.
It's the craziest
That's
thing,
they're
man.
the most hookup people I've
It's the
encountered.
craziest thing. It's the
Yeah.
craziest thing. Them and I don't know what this means. I just assume you're broke when you say it. I don't know what it means, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I just know when I see it, I a big question mark come over my face, and I'm like, what does that matter? Hey, how much is this, that, the third? It's for a nonprofit.
Yeah, that's a setup. That's a leading question.
Who
That's
cares?
to let you know
I don't care who it's for.
we're about to ask you to do this for free to build your portfolio.
Yeah.
No?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not dealing. I don't even understand. I'm like, what does that mean? That's the next. What do you mean?
It's for a nonprofit. Okay, great. What does the nonprofit need?
Right.
Okay.
What does that mean? Nonprofit. What does that mean? I don't understand. Does not like
That means they have grants.
I got
That means the
fees.
grants have money. They have money. That's all a nonprofit means. So I get it. I can't even do it. Like the thumbs up and the
On a
nonprofit.
Thumbs up on a nonprofit. Just thumbs up. Like I don't have a problem working with nonprofits, but because you're a nonprofit doesn't change my price for you.
But you're not a nonprofit.
No,
I'm not a
for-profit.
nonprofit. They're a nonprofit. I am not. I am for profit.
For profit. I'm a profit.
Mm.
Not a profit like that. But
I got it. You got to protect it though.
gotta protect it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, broke folks everything is cost related.
Everything.
So their language is always surrounding around cost and not value. They're more focused on what this costs, when they could pay it. Do you accept this? Do you accept in value-based entrepreneurs, value-based consumers are more like, well, how many do I get? How long will it take? What's the turnaround time? And if they ask those questions first, see, the psychology behind it is people ask the most important question first.
Yeah.
So when
Ooh.
you meet a woman or you meet a man, and we have generated interest, my first question is, you single?
You know, a man asked me the first question. What he asked? He didn't ask if I was single. You know what he asked
What do
me?
you ask?
In a relationship, are you a princess or a partner? African guy.
Oh shit.
And
Nigerian?
he was. That's the first thing. Hey, are you a princess? Do you want to be a princess or a partner? And I think depending on the culture, right? You have to be careful how you answer this question. So immediately I felt like I was on trial. And it was so much, I want to be both. I do. I want to be both. Why can't I just be a help meet and a princess? Why can't I do both? I'd like to do both.
To a Nigerian?
I don't know if I can do it to him, right? I don't understand. But the fact that he asked me that's a side note. Protect the P. I had to protect the P.
You gotta protect everything.
I didn't know what P he was referring to at that point.
If it was a Nigerian, he was talking about your passwords to all of your social media accounts and your bank accounts and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's what he was.
That is wild. But yeah, and so that was the most important thing to him. So to take it take it back to what you said.
Yeah.
That's that you asked the most important question
First.
first, and I get it. And I was like, okay.
Yep, that's the thing. We ask the most important question first. We meet people. Hey, you single? Hey, you got somebody? Hey, before I move forward with this, is this? So if the first question you ask is how much, that's the most important thing to you.
Yeah.
Is the cost.
Yeah.
And cost is important, but let's not get it twisted. I'm not acting like cost is not important, but it shouldn't be the determining factor if you decide to move forward in business or not.
Yeah, I mean, start with your budget. I would say at that point, and I know you said before we got on the air, like, I'm not trying to protect my budget. You don't have to protect your price, because at this point I'm coming to you. Okay, I have $300.
Right.
What can I get for $300?
Right.
Like, tell me what I'm working
Right.
with.
And I'm more willing to work with you. I had a lady call me the other day, and she was asking about a logo. Hey, I need a logo. How much are your logos? Well, that was the first question she asked. And, so when are you looking to get it done? I never answer that question. Never answer that question until the end. Because we lead with value.
Got it.
We lead with value. We don't lead with price. So she was like, I told her the price. And no. I told her everything that she gets with it. Showed her some of my work. And then at the end, I was like, this is how much it's going to cost. And she's like, okay, cool. I was like, so then I say, well, I'm going to go ahead and send you the form so you can fill it out and we can get started. And she texts me back after I sent her the form, maybe about 10 minutes later. And she's like, hey, that's a little bit out of my price range right now. Me, because she was honest, I said, okay, fine. If you could name your own price for this logo.
These are them trick questions.
Listen, if you could name your own price for this logo, what would it be? She told me the price. I said, let's do it. I won't have the money until next.
Thumbs up.
On my phone. Off my phone. Get off my phone, man. We ain't got time. What are we doing? See you later.
Something I understand.
See you later. Like, I gave you an opportunity. Why you even call me?
Why you?
She's price shopping.
She was price shopping.
And then you give her the price she want, and she's wasting time.
Yeah.
And I hope you see this.
The lady.
You see this. Wasted my time.
Ma'am, what he's saying is hit him back in those couple of weeks when you have the money. Until then, thumbs up. Per hands.
Hey, when you hit me back, it's full price.
Blessings, queen.
It's full
Blessings,
price.
Okay?
When you come back, it's full price, ma'am.
Really?
Yeah, just for wasting my time.
Oh my God.
Like, why call? Why go to a car lot with no money?
That is true. This is true. Maybe they went to test drive the car.
Why test drive a car with no money?
People do it all the time.
Why?
I don't know. I don't understand that concept. But they do. That's why they leave the lot without a car. Every time.
Because they don't have no money.
And the salesmen know who's got the money.
Oh, yeah, they know.
That's why they run the credit first.
Yeah, before we test drive.
Before we test drive, They didn't do that back in the day. They do that now, though.
They do? Yeah, I
They
would
just, before we even, let's
see what you got.
see which part of the parking lot I'm going to take you to.
Yeah.
I get it.
To the used side.
Absolutely.
To
The
new
used
side.
cars. Yeah, but they're trying to get that warranty sale. I learned something
Gotcha.
real new.
Okay.
Yeah.
So trying to sell a warranty?
Yeah, the newer cars, they make the most commission off of the newer cars.
Okay. We'll have to talk offline. I'm in the market for a new car.
Are you?
Yeah, it's time.
You need a personal broker. Don't go to the dealerships. Let them do the work.
On a new car?
Yes.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll just learn something new.
More quality for your money. They know exactly where to go and how to get you everything you need. I just learned about this whole system of personal brokers.
Is it Nigerian?
No.
Oh, okay.
Don't trust anyone that you don't know.
Don't trust Nigerians.
No, don't trust anyone you don't know.
Some of my best guys are Nigerian. Shout out to Peanut. Shout out to Eric. Michael. I'm sorry. Michael don't like when we call him Peanut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shout
out to
Michael,
Peanut.
Yeah.
No problem.
Other than them two, I don't fool. And Tony. Shout out to Tony. I think Tony's Nigerian.
Really?
Tony might not be Nigerian. He might be. I don't know. If
Tell
Tony
Tony I said hello, though.
I'll shout out to Tony, man.
So,
But listen,
Tony.
so we talked about broke people. We talked about protecting your pee. We talked, not broke people. We talked about things broke people say.
Yeah.
We talked about protecting your pee and why you should. What inspiration vitamin do you have for us today?
I think everything starts with self,
Okay.
right? I say we talked about just people in general, putting your time in. When you start to value yourself, your conversations look different, right? When you value how hard you work for certain things, when you value just the person that stares you in the mirror, you automatically value the person that you're talking to on the phone. You are, and not to say that if you don't have it, this is not the season to walk in faith, right? We just heard an example of Jarvis saying, hey, name your price. My thing is, if you have an opportunity and you see the value in yourself and you see the value in the person that you're speaking to, take that opportunity, walk in faith, make it happen, right? And this is no genius idea. It means don't waste your time first and foremost, and you won't waste other people's time. Don't waste your value, and you won't have to waste other people's value. Seize the opportunity. I believe if you step out on faith, movement will follow everything that you have going on. So it wasn't deep. It's just saying go into it. It's just real. Like there's no science to it. It's just reflection.
I love it.
Value yourself.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Value yourself. So today's episode, you learn how to value yourself. You learn how to protect your pee. You learn broke folk language. I think that's it.
That's it.
I think that's it, man. This is the Making a Brand podcast.